What's up, guys? Fanboy Prime here. As you can kind of tell from my voice, I'm still on the road to recovery. The last video I made, my voice sounded a little rough, but I was on the way to completely losing my voice. Now I'm on the way back to regaining my voice. It has been a interesting month thus far. I feel fabulous. I'm at work and I don't feel any sluggishness, don't feel fatigued or anything like that. It's just the voice is just going. That and still some stuffiness in my ear. Not being able to fully hear. The ear infection is definitely being treated. I can feel that my right ear is opened up because the swelling was so severe in it that it closed off. It's just still some kind of pressure, like a sinus pressure, whatnot. But medicine is working. I can tell that I am on the road to recovery. In a recent short, I featured these two guys right here. This is a reissue or commemorative series of Grapple, of Generation 1 Grapple. And I do have a G1 Grapple. I bought it really cheap a few years ago on eBay. Just because as a kid, I would always look at the booklet that came with the toys. It showed off every Transformer as part of that series. I always wondered, like, how does he transform? How does he transform? It always intrigued me as a child. So in my 20s, I made a purchase and I was able to purchase Grapple, a complete Grapple. He was a little loose though, but I did have a complete Grapple. Cut to years later, I was able to find this in Toys R Us and I snatched it up. I have quite a few of these. The reissues, the commemorative series. I believe there's only maybe 2 or 3 that I'm missing as far as having that complete set. I have opened some, but I returned it back to the packaging. This one has not been opened, though. I just love the way they display. I think the packaging is awesome. I love it. I usually display them like this, though, on the bookshelf, just like they're a book. That way I can pull it out and open it up every now and then. My wife thinks that I'm wasting it and that I should be displaying it like this, and perhaps she's right. It's cut to a few years later, and Transformers did a updated version of Grapple. This is the Earthrise Grapple, and I think this is a great representative figure for Grapple. Definitely an awesome figure. I do like it. When I would see people do reviews on it, they would talk about how the orange paint didn't match in some spots, but in hand, I have no complaints with the paint. I think it's a great looking figure. The only issue I had with him is when I transformed him, there were some pegs on the back, and they plug into his feet during transformation to that hole right there. I did not know that on the message board, people were saying you should sand that down a little bit because it was having problems fitting into that hole. It would get stuck. And so I found out the hard way, completely snapped off into the foot. It still transforms fine. I was a little upset with that. Up until about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, this guy was still in his box. I don't necessarily like to leave all my toys in the packaging, although I have in recent years, because just the way the collection is, most of them are staying in boxes before I can really work on displaying them. I'm trying to, especially with the leak we had this past summer, destroying the ceiling of the toy room. I am working on my collection room. And so I'm trying to work on getting it set up so that I can start displaying more of my collection. And but about 2 weeks ago, I was with Ollie, and he was playing with quite a few of my Transformers, and he had the Generation 1, the original Grapple that I was telling you about. And I was like, Ollie, you know what? Like I said, it's really, really loose. I said, let me get you a better version of that guy. And so I opened this up so he could play with it. And it wasn't him that broke it, it was me. So, but that's how it goes sometimes. But definitely a cool figure. I definitely love this guy. Very representative of the Generation 1 cartoon, Generation 1 toy. Love it. Now, I do have some comic pickups that I want to show you guys. And the first one I have is, I've been really, really interested lately in the Transformers UK books. A lot of the stories from the US were reprinted there, but the Transformers UK story or line or comic, whatever you want to call it, even though it's bigger than what we consider our comics, continued the storyline, continued on. So there's a deeper history and deeper lore there. But I picked up this Transformers number 47 off of eBay. There were, let me try to center that, I'm sorry. This is relatively cheap. Pretty sure I paid under $8 for it. But I don't know, just the artwork being so different, it intrigued me. I really saw a bunch of covers I wanted to get. I've never seen one of these in hand, so it was really interesting to flip through. Just a kind of an interesting pickup, a cool pickup. I don't know that I'll continue to try to collect a bunch of these just because it's kind of out of my price range. Just the price per book. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Really more focused on Superman right now and getting that stuff done. But yeah, now I may pick up a cool display piece or two. Like I said, there's some very interesting covers with that Marvel UK run. So yeah. And lastly, I got in on the Death of Superman 30th anniversary hype. I don't necessarily regret this purchase, but maybe I should not have made this purchase because there is something else that I found that I kind of wish I would have got that instead. It's a little bit pricier, but I got the 1 in 25 Matina Death of Superman 30th anniversary special. This, and you know, and I tried to take pictures of this to show my friend and my cousin. And I was like, man, I cannot get a good picture. So I'm hoping that translates pretty good on video, that you guys are able to see just how beautiful this book is. Paid more for it than I normally pay for a book, but I allowed myself to, or I let myself indulge in this purchase. Just that Death of Superman saga. I thought it was an interesting piece to add to the Death of Superman collection that I have. I do wish, however, I would have not made this purchase and saved that money that I did to get the Superman 75 30th anniversary reprint, the 1 in 25 of that, because I do think that would have been a better addition to my collection, given that it is the reprint of Superman 75. But you know, perhaps I'll get that one day. It's a little bit pricier than this book, and this book I jumped on it because it was a lot cheaper than all the other listings posted. So I got this for relatively cheap compared, like I said, to the other prices I've seen. Well, guys, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for all your comments, your likes. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate everyone who has subbed up recently. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for all your comments and well wishes, and hoping well wishes for me to get better. I appreciate it. Like I said, just still a little out of it with the voice. That's why I've been hesitant to post videos. But thank you, guys. Truly appreciate it. I'm out of here.